Welcome ladies and gentlemen, and thank you for visiting the channel. And today I'm going to share you my on-feet experience of the Hoka One One Clifton 6. I just had a recent 6-mile run on the shoe, but I had it with me for a while as part of my running shoe rotation. Now I want to share my thoughts and experience running on this pair, just to give you an idea if you're planning to grab one for yourself. Now I want to start by talking about the midsole. Right out from the box, you will definitely feel that the midsole is soft to the touch, and usually a midsole that is very malleable when being pressed by the fingers are most of the time indicative that the shoe will probably be delightful to step on, or in this case, to run on. Hoka calls this as a full compression EVA. If you have never walked or run in Hoka shoes, you will definitely be surprised at the stepping comfort when you put a pair of these on. The Ortholite midsole complements that EVA foam to produce that comfortable stepping and running comfort. And when it comes to running, you'll definitely have fun with this pair. I've probably put around 24 miles on this shoe, and I only experienced a small number of minor issues. But please take note, I think that these are not directly caused by the shoes. Rather, I think it's more of my running technique imperfections that I need to improve on. Initially, when I started running on this shoe, I ran with my heels striking the ground first, or what runners would call heel striking. I didn't feel any problem, at least for the first few miles. But when I passed 6 miles, I began to notice some discomfort in the medial part, or the medial arch of my foot. Then realized that this part of my foot was rubbing the sock liner just on top of this extended midsole. Now this is just the second time I had that concern on a running shoe. The first one was on this, the Under Armour HOVR Infinite. If you're interested to see my video experience on this shoe, I'll leave a link on the description box below. And just like I said, I also experienced the same nuisance, if I could say so, with the shoes also extended midsole. My analysis is that as I roll my feet forward from heel strike, my medial arch somehow lands first, touching that part of the shoe that I was talking about, instead of landing in a neutral plantar position before moving to the forefoot for the toe off. As I said, this might not be directly the fault of this shoe. Instead, I could be pronating, which tends to have that needless friction with this shoe, and that I need to correct my running form to likely benefit from the shoe properly. And corrected I did. I never gave up on the shoe because I love it for the most part, except for that one minor issue that I just described. So what did I do? I just changed the biomechanics of my foot strike. Now I'm currently training myself to run on forefoot and midfoot striking and less of a heel striker. And you know what? That that did the trick. Immediately I got rid of the friction hassle from the heel striking, as I run now with forefoot to midfoot, and I was able to surpass 6 miles with lesser difficulties, and I was able to enjoy the comfort of and the responsiveness of this midsole that I was hoping that it will deliver. And another thing I want to talk about is the wide base all throughout the shoe. And comparing it with the HOVR Infinite, you could see the width difference, most particularly on the middle part of the shoe. As you can see, Hoka, as I said, has a wider width all throughout the shoe. And when you see in the HOVR Infinite, it tends to narrow down sort of on the waist part, if you're looking at on this perspective, in the middle part of the shoe. Now, Hoka has been known to have this kind of, all throughout wider platform. I think for all of their shoes that they're offering on their website. And they also come with an option to have a wider size fit. In my experiences, the all throughout wider width design gave me an added feeling of stability when running. I cannot remember an instance when I rolled my feet or even had the feeling of rolling over, most particularly when I'm running on rougher surfaces. Please don't get me wrong, this is not a trail running shoes, and Hoka does offer trail running specific shoes. But I did run on the pair of these on unpaved surfaces and it went fine. Lastly, I want to talk about lockdown and fit. Basically, there's nothing resounding on that department on this shoe, but it does not mean that it's not working. I guess I could say that it was sufficient that this engineered mesh together with the embroidered reinforcements contributed to this lightweight, comfortable, breathable upper. I never had an incident that my feet was swimming inside the shoe or suffocatingly tight or some popping out on the heel. I think it did enough for me to have long, sustainable runs. Overall, it's a versatile running shoe. It is definitely something that you can both train with and even race on if you can only have one pair of running shoe. No wonder I heard a lot of runners say this is one of their favorite running shoes, both amateur and elite. Yeah, so I guess that's all for me. Again, if you want to see my video experience of the Under Armour HOVR Infinite, again, I'll leave a link in the description below. Moreover, please do share your experiences if you have ever run or own a Hoka Clifton 6, or if you want to share some tips on how I can improve my running technique. Finally, if you find this channel worth your while, you might want to subscribe and to click on the notification icon so you can be updated for future content. Again, that's all for me today, and I hope to share with you my other on-fit experiences next time.